Let us now talk about the House Representative for Washington District 2. Also referred to as a congressman or a congresswoman. Each representative is elected to a 2-year term serving the people of a specific congressional district. Among other duties, representatives introduce bills and resolutions, offer amendments, and serve on committees. The House has several powers assigned to it exclusively, including the power to initiate revenue bills, impeach federal officials, and elect the president in case of an electoral college tie. The House of Representatives is made up of 435 elected members, divided among the 50 states in proportion to their total population. In addition, there are 6 non-voting members representing the District of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and 4 other territories of the United States. The presiding officer of the chamber is Speaker of the House, elected by the representatives. He or she is third in line of succession to the presidency. Our first candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives District 2 is Rick Larsen. Rick is committed to addressing devastating effects of climate change, expanding access to high-quality, affordable healthcare, and protecting the right to vote. Rick Larsen introduced the Build Up Act to ensure mid-sized cities get federal funding for surface transportation and infrastructure projects. He supports the Moving Forward Act, which invests nearly $7 billion over the next 5 years in Washington State's transportation systems to put people back to work and jumpstart the economy and make the transportation network safer and greener. Rick supports Raise the Wage Act to increase the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2025. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, this bill would give 27 million workers a raise and lift over 1 million people out of poverty. Rick is the co-sponsor of Climate Action Now to get the U.S. back in the Paris Climate Agreement and the 100% Clean Economy Act, which calls for a net zero pollution economy by 2050 and works to improve public health and create clean jobs. Rick is the founder and co-chair of the bipartisan Estuaries Caucus to champion robust federal funding to support critical ecosystems and a strong supporter of Land and Water Conservation Fund. He's also a co-sponsor of the Save Our Seas 2.0 Act to improve U.S. response to marine debris and encourage international cooperation to address marine plastics. Rick supports universal health care coverage by creating a public option and allowing Medicaid buy-in. Supports protections for pre-existing conditions. Rick would like to get veterans the care they need and pass the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Enhancement Act to lower health coverage costs and prescription drug prices. According to Rick, he is also fighting to strengthen Social Security and Medicaid by standing against privatizing Social Security and advocating for nutrition assistance for seniors. Our second candidate for House Representative of District 2 is Timothy Haslow. When asked why he was running for office, Tim said, "I am one of you, a citizen who is concerned that the career politicians forgot who they represent. I believe in the American people and their abilities to adapt and overcome. I feel we as a nation have to get back to the basics of putting our people and country first." When he was asked what are the 5 biggest issues facing the candidate who is elected in this position, his response was budget and deficit, term limits, healthcare, law and order, constitutional rights, and immigration. When asked how he would address them, he responded that he would put term limits on Congress and Senate, and that would be a big step in the right direction. He wants to cut spending, not raise taxes. He would like tort reform and competition in healthcare. He would also like to enforce the law as written before you create any more feel-good laws. And he would like to rewrite the broken immigration system. He will advocate for legal immigration using a merit-based system and remove incentives for illegal immigration. When asked what sets him apart from his opponent, his response was he believed his 21-year background in the Navy and 8 years in military contracting, plus multiple years in corporate America and dozens of countries that he visited, give him a big advantage over a career partisan politician. The fact is that he will step up to be your representative in Washington and Washington, D.C., and bring common sense back to Congress while fighting for our district, the foundation of the United States, the Constitution, and our way of life. When asked about law and order, he had this to say. Part of Seattle was taken over by a group of anarchists, BLM, and Antifa, renaming a section in Capitol Hill area, calling it Chaz or Chop. The police were told to abandon their precincts and not to enter the zone. Rapes, theft, assaults, and 2 murders took place during the siege, and the Democrat leadership that has run Seattle for decades approved, as their mayor called it, the Summer of Love. Governor Jay Inslee said he had not even heard about it when asked his opinion of what was taking place in our state's largest city. Again, all of that is according to Tim. Tim believes that silence from Democrats on the dismantling of society through chaos and destruction is deafening. As King County now wants to do away with jails, release criminals, and allow crime to occur without consequence, we may see more violent and property crime occurring. This is not the answer. Tim is hard and fast on law and order.